If you have a listing that's been sitting on the market for 45 up to 60 days, I want you to know you're not alone. We're seeing a distinct shift across Marion County toward a more balanced, buyer-friendly market. The days of putting a sign in the yard and sorting through multiple offers by Sunday, those are behind, and homes are taking longer to sell as inventory rises. We are currently navigating an environment where buyers have more choices than they've had in years, and they're taking their time before writing offers. When inventory rises, buyer psychology changes. In a low inventory market, buyers often overlook flaws because they are terrified of missing out. In a market like this, many buyers are looking for reasons to say no. They're looking for reasons to disqualify your listing so they can move on to the next one. The standard advice you hear is usually just to drop the price. And sometimes price is the issue, but often the problem isn't the price tag itself, it's the affordability and the monthly payment. As your title partner, we want to help you structure deals that actually close. Let's look at 4 specific strategies you can use right now to wake up those stagnant listings without only asking your seller to slash their equity. Strategy 1, market the payment, not the price. The first strategy is solving the affordability problem. Buyers are nervous about today's interest rates and payments. Instead of a standard price reduction, talk to your sellers about offering a rate buy down in coordination with the buyer's lender. Here's the concept. In many common scenarios, $10,000 price reduction might only save a buyer roughly $50 to a little over $100 a month, depending on the price point, rate, and loan terms. That small change often barely moves the needle for a payment-sensitive buyer. But if you take that same $10,000 and apply it as a seller concession to buy down the buyer's interest rate, for example, a temporary 2-1 buy down, you could often reduce their payment by significantly more, sometimes hundreds of dollars a month during the buy down period. You are essentially taking the friction out of the mortgage. This is a powerful tool because it gives the buyer lower monthly payments for the first years of the loan, which is often more meaningful to them than a small reduction in the purchase price. When you rewrite the listing description or your marketing remarks, don't just say seller motivated. Consider language like seller may contribute to buying down your interest rate with an acceptable offer. Ask for details. Any specific example of a reduced rate or time frame should be coordinated with the lender and must clearly state that it is for a limited period and subject to lender approval and program guidelines. Strategy 2 is the assumable mortgage asset. The second strategy is specific to our area. We have a lot of veterans and FHA borrowers in Marion County. That means some of your listings may have an existing FHA or VA loan locked in at those historic 3 or 4% rates. Many government-backed loans, including FHA and VA, can be assumable by a qualified buyer, subject to lender and program approval. That means a buyer who meets the credit and income requirement may be able to take over the seller's existing mortgage rate and terms. If your seller has a rate in the 3% range, that can be an incredibly valuable asset attached to the property in a higher rate environment. Verify the loan type and assumability immediately. Do not assume. Call the current servicer or review the original loan documents so you understand the exact guidelines. If that loan is assumable, you are not just selling a house, you are effectively offering access to a below market interest rate, subject to buyer qualification and lender approval. Now, this does require a buyer with enough cash or financing to bridge the equity gap between the loan balance and the purchase price. So it is not for everyone, but for the right buyer, this can be a financial home run. As your title partner, we can coordinate with you and the lender on the specific documentation and closing steps required for these assumable transactions so the transfer happens smoothly. Strategy 3, remove the friction with certainty. Strategy 3 is about removing fear. In a market with more inventory, buyers are cautious. They don't want to buy what they perceive as a potential money pit. You can incentivize them by offering more certainty. Consider advising your seller to pay for a pre-listing inspection and, when appropriate, to purchase a home warranty for the buyer. This signals confidence. It tells the buyer, we have nothing to hide, and if something unexpected comes up, you have an extra layer of protection. Furthermore, if there are known issues, address them now. In this market, many buyers do not want big projects. They want as close to move-in ready as possible. If a home is dated, you might think about offering a credit for upgrades. But be careful, often credit is not as effective as simply doing targeted improvement because buyers struggle to visualize the potential and may overestimate the cost and asset. If you can't renovate it, clean it up. We're not just talking about tidying. We need aggressively decluttering, neutralizing odor, and simplifying spaces so that buyers can picture their own life there, not the seller's. The goal is to remove every mental obstacle that could keep a buyer from writing off. Now, how do you pitch this to a frustrated seller? You need language that creates partnership rather than blame. Instead of saying, your price is too high, try, Mr. Seller, the market is pushing back on their current offering, but we have several levers we can pull beyond dropping the price. One option is to use a seller concession to help lower the buyer's interest rate and monthly payment while still keeping your contract price strong. Let's walk through what that could look like with your lender. Or if you're discussing condition, try. Right now, buyers have multiple homes to compare us to. We want to be the one that gives them the most certainty. By taking care of these repairs now and offering a home warranty, we're removing a lot of the what ifs that make buyers hesitate in this market. The goal is to shift the seller's mindset from losing money to investing strategically in getting this sold. We know you're working harder than ever trying to get these deals across the finish line, whether it involves navigating the details of an assumable FHA or VA mortgage, structuring a creative seller credit or rate buy down with the lender, or simply ensuring a smooth closing on a standard deal. We are here to support that strategy. We're not just here to stamp the paperwork. We are here to be a strategic resource for you and your clients from contract to close. Let's get these listings moving. Thanks for watching.